Please excuse the mess. The SonarFeed appears to be having a few difficulties.
All right, there we go. Hello, boys and girls. So, episode number 150, off to a booming start.
Boom, shaka laka 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 laka.
Outstanding audio quality and outstanding video quality here. I don't know what happened. Wirecast is sometimes my enemy.
It's, you know what it is?
Friend.
We're back at the original seat location
That is part
for
of the problem.
first ever
Here we are.
episode. And this was the norm.
So, we're not going to re-show the supporter video at this point because for some reason, I don't know if that's causing it or not, but whatever.
It's so awesome. It just
Yep.
took down.
But anyway, so here we are. We're on episode number 150, a.k.a. Dave Clark Sparkles.
Let's go.
If you read it, oh, you shut off the video. But it says on the little thing,
It's on the
Dave
description.
Clark Sparkles, which goes
Let's
back
go.
to
That's the Wayback Machine.
SonarFeed.
Yeah,
That's way, way back.
Really?
that's trivia night.
That's Trivia Night. Yep, our
That's
team name.
Rats SS.
That was our team name. Was you and me and Sarah and Will?
Will and Adam.
Was Adam and Lee there that night?
Oh, on the specific night that
On the
Sarah
sparkle
decided
ones.
that I sparkled?
Yeah, I think that was just us. 'Cause we were sitting in that
I should
little,
have better
like,
memories of when Sarah says nice things about me,
Yeah,
but
well, yeah, so infrequent. But anyway, so here we are on episode number 150, doing it like it's our first episode, where
Just so
technology
you guys
is not
remember
working.
where we came from. That's all. We're going to keep it real.
We have joining us tonight the one, the only,
The venerable.
Better Than, in
Yes.
his probably 812th episode of our 150.
Let's go.
Plus or minus. The last few weeks you've been here in the audience.
I have.
So
and
we've upgraded you now, or
I'm
downgraded.
actually on screen and microphone this time when people
or talking.
when I'm talking
Yes,
or,
exactly.
or you're talking about me.
Yeah, well, we always talk about you. But anyways, welcome into the show.
Yes.
Hugo Garcia.
A.K.A. Mi Vida Seattle.
And I'm Aaron Riley. Can't do a fucking thing right. Sonar Riley.
SOP. Standard operating procedure.
Story of my life right now. I'm going to have a drink while we're waiting. For
On
me
that
to-
note,
Hey,
cheers, boys.
happy Sparkle Donkey and
Yeah.
Galazo for us.
Cheers. Damn it. God. I went to drink the
We have to drink the mic again. Anyway, so foregoing, it really should be airing out. Hashtag airing out. So
How was your 4-day weekend, man?
shitty.
Are you kidding
No,
me?
it was good,
You
actually.
kicked it off
No.
with Cards Against
We'll do
Humanity
a quick
night.
one here. We had a Cards Against Humanity night
Yeah.
last Tuesday night. After we had Adam on last week, which Adam's watching. Thank you again. It was outstanding. I got to meet Sarah
Steaks.
for the first time. But yeah, so you brought over. I meant to tell you we had just you and I as the only. It wasn't like you and Lee and I were doing a steak night. You brought over steaks that were bigger than our head.
Yeah.
They were fantastic ribeyes.
They were good ribeyes,
Oh my
dude.
god,
Yeah,
they were huge.
They were great.
They were great. And you brought over your friend,
Yeah.
awesome friend.
Nicole, yeah.
Nicole.
She's pretty badass. Biggest Seahawk fan I know. And that's a lot coming from me.
And it was fun. We had Lisa motherfucking Lisa.
Let's
And,
go. Mofo
Kayla.
Lisa.
My wife
Let's
and
go
Kayla.
Mofo
It was a
Lisa.
great night. It was a lot of fun. It was chill. We had
Yeah.
learned stories about
Yeah.
Hugo.
And then I learned about the whole British cooked style of steak.
Oh yeah, the blue, the
blue,
the center where it's rare,
Oh.
super rare.
Yeah.
So I had to cook
The black and blue?
Yeah, black and
It's
blue.
black
yeah.
and blue,
So
yeah.
I had to
Wow.
cook 5 huge steaks, and
All
I didn't want to
different.
go outside. Each one was different, yeah. But then I do use my grill pan, and my grill pan's only yay big. So it was a combination between the convection oven and the grill pan, and I rotated them. I started them on the grill pan, cooked them fully, and then finished
They're
them on the grill
really
pan.
delicious.
So I had my marks. So it was
Those
a great
potatoes,
little-
though.
Oh, we got the roasted.
Let's
You got
go.
potatoes. Anyway, so we're gonna do another one. We're gonna do a.
You are invited.
Maybe a
go.
Chris Friendsmith
You.
kind of a thing in the next month.
Yeah.
And it's kind of low key. Everyone brings a dish, play Cards Against
potluck,
Humanity or
yeah.
whatever, potlucky. So we're working on
Kind of
it.
like an indoor
Just fam-
tailgate.
Exactly, pretty much. So
Let's go.
we'll
we know
figure a
that
date out
tailgate.
here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Shots.
Oh yeah.
Let's do it on a Friday so we don't have to work the next
Yeah,
day.
that'd be good. That'd be good.
Let's do it.
The problem is Christmas is on a Friday this year, isn't it? Or Christmas Eve?
We can do. Hey, that's
Oh, we
yeah.
can do the Friday before maybe though.
Yeah, there you go. There
So
you
anyway,
go.
so we'll figure that out. But yeah, life it was good. Holidays were great. It was
Yeah.
wonderful. Just living life and enjoying it, and searching for jobs still and everything else. You,
Dave.
Dave, what
Oh,
have you been
wait.
up to? How have you been?
So this goes back to, I got to do a quick recap of, the past 2 months since
yes,
I was on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I finally met Hugo at a Seahawks tailgate.
Yes.
Which
In
was great.
person, he
Went
made
to my
it.
second ever Seahawks game. It was a win. They've won both times. Both times were powered by the running back.
Let's
This
go.
time by Rawls. That was the his first,
Yep.
not his first start.
No, but he had
the
200
first
over
time
200
where it
yards.
was obvious he was going to
Yeah, the
be
main
the
guy.
starter. Yeah, and so I did that.
Had a couple shots. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Or a
There were
glass
some
of it.
times I think I described it as I at the tailgate had a cider, and Hugo decided to top it off with a little Fireball, which is a traditional
Tailgate.
mix.
No question. Cheers,
But
dude. You definitely.
He topped
tailgated
off
like
the
a champ.
entire red cup with Fireball,
Yeah, it
which
was
was
like
a little bit more
a
intense
lot.
than I
It was
expected.
a lot. It was awesome.
So I did that. Let's see, what else have I done? Writing and sounded art. Working today was a little brutal.
Ooh. Why?
I just lots of the jerks decide to come out on all the issues that you think they would in the news, like covering the news. So there was a Gamergate related story on NBC News today.
What happened?
First
I didn't
time
know
in
that.
ages.
I'm more interested now that I got my PS4. So
Yeah,
I'm like, what?
no. It has nothing to do with games.
No.
Gamergate.
It's a whole. We could go on for hours.
It's about ethics and journalism.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was about gaming.
You would think.
You would think.
Journalists are so
and so there was
fancy.
that. There was the shooting and and the
Yeah.
racial connotation and
Oh.
4 days off and all of that. And
Yep.
so I had about 700 emails to go through.
Wow.
plus a bunch of
Wow.
stuff. So work today was
Yeah,
a lot of fun.
A lot rough.
Cheers,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Drink
I'll
up,
cheers
buddy.
to that now,
Let's
too.
go.
Yeah.
Let's
I'm just
go,
going to cheers
Rick.
a lot now at this point. I need an Uber home.
So-
Now
Heard
that
that
I've had
right.
a half a drink.
Yeah, so let's see. That's about that. And,
Good.
Writing for the 2 websites. And, yeah.
Well, welcome back. Because I
Yeah,
think you
dude.
were on.
good.
Yeah, it was October, wasn't it?
Yeah.
A month and a half ago. So, all right. So,
When we had hope, dreams.
I fay.
when we had hope and dreams. You got a PS4.
I did.
And I beat you at Star Wars Battlefront.
What?
I scored higher than you.
First of all, we're on the same team, okay?
I know.
So when we're playing against each other, then we can talk about who won what.
No, it's fine.
No, but
Actually, it was fun. It was
very
fun.
cool. PS4 is a beautiful system. The game, Battlefront, Star Wars, highly recommend it.
Yeah, it's super fun.
Great graphics. I like the interface of the whole multiplayer. Obviously, I'm getting back into it. I haven't had one since on PS3.
Can I type your username in the chat room
Sure,
here?
go ahead, man. Hit it up.
Mi
Throw it in
Vida?
there. I tried to do Mi Vida, but before I established my Mi Vida, I had my gaming, which was based on tequila, Patron 206.
Yeah, there it
so anybody wants to get
Well, there you go. Now you went on the show. So I
Patron.
was just typing it in the chat
Yeah,
room.
that's fine, man.
Okay.
It's all good.
Okay. Mine is really hard to figure out.
Sonar
Riley.
Riley. But my niece had a bye week, so I didn't get to watch her play. But I did give her Advent Star Wars calendar, which tomorrow morning she's gonna get to open
Yep.
the first one.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm excited, dude. She was really excited. She liked this, so she's like, yeah. She went over to that 'cause she plays Legos with my brother and most.
Yeah.
They kind of use that as their bonding thing. So she took it over to him and was like, look, Dad, look. So it was cool, man. Tailgate was fabulous. We have 2 back-to-back great tailgates, man. A lot of fun. Great food. Oh, shout out to Mitch, brother. What's his name?
Mitch Brotherton.
Yeah, Mitch Brotherton. He stopped by before I even got there and dropped off donuts to our tailgate.
Nice.
Yeah, dude.
That dude
Let's
is.
go.
Mitch is a good guy.
Unsolicited.
He once gave me 5 pounds of hot tamales.
What?
He bought
Wow.
he bought ECS Tifo like
You are
25
the
boxes
man.
of Girl Scout cookies last year.
Yeah, he
Tamales,
does some really
donuts.
nice things. Just generous man. I know he makes mixtapes for people. I
Yeah.
know he's done that.
Dude is
He-
legit.
Good guy. Mitch Brotherton.
Mitch Brotherton. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
He's Mitch 402, I think, on Twitter, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does some great stuff for the Sounders. You know him as the guy who is the DJ. He plays
Yeah,
all the
yep,
music.
beforehand.
And then for the Seahawks, he also helps out with game day preparation.
Good guy.
He does game day music for the Huskies too, I think.
Oh,
it
Yes,
wow.
the
is.
Huskies. He does. Yep.
And some other stuff he pops into.
That's cool, man. That's awesome. So yeah, man, that was really cool. Tailgate was fun. We've been gaming a lot with that PS4, trying to get the situation going. I'm gonna upgrade my Wi-Fi connection
Yep.
so I can.
Game with us.
Yeah,
it was
basically.
funny because it was awesome. He'd be talking on the game and start
And
Star
then
Wars,
cut out.
and then he'd go, oh crap, and then we were partners, so I'd be right behind him, and all of a sudden his guy would just stop and frozen solid. And it was great because I used it as a shield. So
he can die now.
exactly, it was awesome.
I don't need my friend.
Yeah, exactly. No, but it was cool because it was the first time I played Battlefront with.
Does the
another
system
person.
come with a headset, or do you need to get a
It
headset?
does. It has a cheap
Comes
little
with
one that actually is not bad.
Yeah, it's cool. I
Mine-
have to wear a
mine
headband around my ears so I can keep it in, but
Oh, it didn't fit.
Well-
you know what I do? I
You
loop
have
it
a-
around like this.
Rather large.
I do.
But I loop it around your ear.
The underway?
Yeah, kind of like loop it like this with in the cord, and then I
okay.
stuck it in because I have the same problem
Gaming
with mine.
tips. Let's go.
But it's not a bad little one. I use my gaming headset that I used to use, my World of Warcraft one I used to use. So, but the iPhone ones have a bad buzzing sound. So
Are you
anyways.
moving in the middle?
Yeah,
so
it makes a lot more sense.
So, and he also
you
got
know?
Grand Theft Auto, so I get to corrupt him
Yes.
on Grand Theft Auto, which I am so excited about because it's so
And,
much fun. That's my favorite game. So, as you guys all know from all my Twitter.
And I got FIFA, actually.
Oh, you did get FIFA.
Yeah, I got FIFA.
Oh, so you can lose at that?
You can.
We'll see who's going to lose it. We'll see. We'll see. Let's put some money on it.
You can
dude.
join Clusterfuck FC and join with
Dude,
us.
I'm ready to go.
I look forward to the tournament this year.
Yeah,
Let's
me
go.
too.
Let's on.
So
it's
let's,
on like
let's talk
Donkey
about the
Kong.
tournament for a minute.
Oh, you got news? Or
No.
Update?
I have no
Update.
official news, but here I want to just talk about it.
Yes, let's do it.
So-
it's out there.
We know Lamar has been rumored because of a nice guy
Hot rumor.
driving his Volvo. I don't know if it is a Volvo. His whatever he has.
That was so racist.
How was that
He's
racist?
from Issaquah, man.
I know,
Yeah,
man, I'm just
exactly.
kidding.
It's a Volvo or an SUV.
Exactly, one of the two, with sounder stickers on it. Talked to supposedly Lamar Nagel's father-in-law, who actually, if it is, he's a great guy. We
Yeah.
met
met
him
him.
here.
Yep.
Great,
He
great
hung out
guy.
on SonarFeed.
He said that Lamar was traded to DC. So we have no confirmation. I don't know if you have through the awesomeness of
If
Sounded
I knew
Hearts.
what was going on, I'd have a huge story. So
So we don't know. But regardless, we are. The people are complaining
Yeah.
5 minutes ago about us talking about the gaming
headset.
headset.
yeah, so
Sorry, I just looked down at the chat. We don't know what's going on. He may be traded. He may not be traded. We had targeted the end of January, as we talked about.
end of January has. I still
And-
like that time.
So
Me too.
we're working on that date. Off of that date, the problem again is and again all hypothetical, but if Lamar is traded, he's going to be in training camp that last week or two of December. So there's the likelihood of him being there would be very low. So we have internally activated backup plans. We haven't done anything externally yet. We were waiting to hear from Lamar,
Yeah.
which we won't hear from him probably till the 8th, is my guess. So as I said, I think someone asked me online, within 8 to 10 days, I hope to know.
Yep.
And we'll hope to
Oh,
announce
knock
it
on wood,
officially.
man.
Yep.
And we'll either go plan plan A, which is what we'd already been planning on for like 6 months, a year of work.
Or plan B.
Or we'll go
and
to
make
plan
it just
B.
as awesome.
And it will still be awesome. It'll still be good. But it might go to a different fund or a different group, or it might still go to his group. I have no idea.
Yeah.
So we don't know what's
So
going on,
we're
but the
gonna keep
tournament's
you
still
guys
happening. So just so you know.
on your feet, and just be aware that anything can happen. But it should be a pretty fun event, regardless, man. Every year we have fun.
The donations we've gotten are off the chart
Yeah,
this year.
best year ever.
I mean, one of my favorites is going to be your.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I
your-
still have to write the official description, but
Yeah.
basically what we're going to do is you're going to be in charge of Sounder at Heart for a day.
Boom.
Yeah.
You'll
Boom!
go to practice, do a couple of interviews.
Yep.
You'll tell the reporters from Sounder at Heart who else to interview and what kind of subjects we should try to broach, and you'll say that's the important story. Put it in the first position, that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. You get to see what it is we do and do it right alongside us.
Super excited
So
about
it's
that.
a pretty cool thing. We hope that'll help you
Oh my
raise
God,
some
dude.
money for
Oh,
the,
yeah.
Let's go.
the
I think
charities.
so.
Let's go.
I think so.
I'm
And then a
ready.
lot of our friends and family have been getting ridiculous amounts of items for gifts.
Yeah.
Another good friend of ours today volunteered to paint a painting of sounder-related things.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm not gonna tell
I
what
was
it is
thinking
yet,
of doing
but
a video game, but I wasn't sure what game to get. Should I do FIFA or should I do the Battlefront?
well, the good news is we know a lot of people at EA who have already said that they are in big time to help us out. As
Nice.
well.
They did a great job last
And
year
they did a
too.
fantastic job.
Love you
last year.
guys.
So it's going to be bigger and better than it was, and our goals, our
Dude, I'm
ambitions
getting
are
chills
higher.
thinking about it. Let's go.
We're also going to
That's
go
what I'm
out
practicing right now.
as soon as I know the date. There's this little place called Oh crap! It's a
internet?
It's a letterpress place. I can't think of the name of it. Damn it.
Get some
ABC
posters
Letterpress or something like that. I don't remember. I can't remember who. Somebody I know owns it. No, I'm kidding. A Constellation and Company. I've asked Sarah briefly, and we haven't talked about it much, but I want to get stuff printed. I want to get stuff out there, and we're gonna make it again better, bigger, better. So it's gonna be a lot of last minute, get everything together. The good news is, I am free other than my job.
Focused. You're focused.
So I'm able to help
focused.
make this happen.
Speaking of which,
and we are talking about streaming it this year. Yes, we're talking about streaming it. And Adam, I need to talk to you about that a little bit.
Yes, please.
But we talked about Twitch.
Alicia too. Thank you. Yes.
You
Let's
guys know
chat.
Gil. You guys know Gil. He offered to come help with that because he does a lot of Twitch stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, like I said, it's one of those things that once we know the official
It's hard
date,
to get Gil into Renton, so it's a big deal.
Exactly.
And
right.
if
So-
you want to look at some of your competition, look up The Real Neil 206 on YouTube. He was the runner-up last year.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot
He
about
took
that.
out Lamar last year.
Yep.
He has the funniest YouTube video. It's all about FIFA, him playing FIFA, and his reactions. He's got some really great reactions. You have got to watch this kid's video, this guy, man. He's going to come back. He already committed to coming back, and this time he says he's taking it down.
I'm trying to drag Lickett down here because I
Yes.
guess he's supposedly really good at FIFA.
Yes.
Although it's only in secret because really the only people he beats
Or Jeremy.
are
Kids.
Jeremy and a bunch of kids.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Well, and
I told Lickett there's absolutely no way that he'd beat the Academy kids that come.
Yes, that'd be tough,
Dude.
The Academy kids that come
Yeah,
in.
Justin, I mean,
And we know a couple other people here who have been on the
Two-time
show
champ.
who I need to reach out to and ask, but it should be a pretty good event.
Dude, I can't wait,
I'm excited.
dude.
So
glad
thank
I
you
got
for your help. I know you're going to help promote it as well. But it's we raised $13,000
Yeah.
over the last 3 years. Our goal is, of course, to double to beat that.
Yeah.
We want to beat that in 1
Oh,
year,
no
or
question. Let's
double
go.
last year's 10,000. It's aggressive, but I think if we do it right, we get sponsors
Yes.
and we do things right, we can make this happen. So
it'll be fun, man. More than
So-
anything, it'll be fun, dude. Hanging out,
Yes.
we'll pack this place out.
Yep.
Video games all over the place.
I lost two games
yeah,
and still had fun.
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, there were people who came in, lost their first game, and were here for 6 hours just hanging out because it was just cool to be here and see and witness it. So, all right.
It's going
Now that
down.
we've kind of wasted a half hour, most of it, 15 minutes of it was technical issues. Shall we talk about life,
a little football.
soccer first?
Whatever, dude.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about soccer. Who are you supporting next Sunday?
I'll possibly watch the game, and I don't need to support either team. It's like a neutral Super Bowl for
Right.
me. I
Exactly.
don't. If the Seahawks aren't in the Super Bowl, I don't decide to root for a team.
Yep,
I just watch it.
that's right.
Yep.
You?
Similar.
Not
And I-
similar. You were saying beforehand
Yeah. All right.
you desperately want a specific team to lose.
Yes, we all know who that fucking team is. Pardon my French. I just don't want to jinx it. So that's the thing. I hate like
No, it's fine.
because I don't
You don't
wanna
have the
jinx
answer.
it,
You don't have.
but,
That's fine.
I care less for the other team in the mid. Where is it?
Yeah,
In the
Midwest.
Midwest. I don't
The
care about
flyover
them either.
states.
But it's the lesser of the two evils.
That's kind of past the flyover states, but whatever.
However, I would rather see fucking let's go for sure. Patriots win another Super Bowl than that other fucking team win their first MLS Cup. So let's just put it out there.
Well, listen, you guys know I'm
God,
from
I do
Michigan.
not wanna
I
get
hate
all
Ohio.
rabid about
I
it.
hate Ohio with a passion. Ohio State has been our rival since I've hated Ohio State since I was a kid. Basically, I grew up hating Ohio. Yeah, I hate Ohio.
Oh, what happened this weekend?
Shut up. Shut it.
They banned the pants. It worked.
How's your slacks?
Yeah, well, did you wear
Yeah, I should have worn my khakis tonight, damn it.
and tucked in your sweatshirt?
Tuck your jacket into it.
Dude, that
Please.
puffy jacket he's wearing is freaking awesome. I want that puffy jacket. Have you seen it? It's sexy.
Oh my
Anyways,
God.
the reason I bring this up is because
So
last
Midwest.
night on Twitter, yesterday on Twitter, after Portland won and Columbus won, there was a lot of people who are pro Cascadia, anti Cascadia, whatever. And I guess really my only comment I want to make, and then we can move on from this.
Okay.
Is
I like that.
is you can support whoever you want, and I brought it up and I kind of leading. I don't care who you support. I support. I don't
Local
want either
team.
one. I don't want either team to win. I want Team Meteor. My daughter asked me who do I want to win.
That's not an option.
I know it's not, but I want Team Meteor to win. Otherwise, it can go to a draw and they can
Meteor
play.
would be really bad.
Would it?
20,000 people, man.
Okay, concentrated only on the field.
Yeah.
All right, okay, you're right. Now I'm an evil person. Great. Now you made me feel bad about it.
It'll get overshadow my
They are
comments.
Ohioans. What? Yeah, Santa's watching. Nah, Santa's not getting me anything anyways. Go Spartans. Come on. Jesus. Anyways, my point was I just was looking at it from a neutral perspective. I agree. I don't care. I'll probably watch it if I'm home, but I think my daughter has a game, so I
Go
won't be able to watch
Chickasaws.
it. What?
The Chickasaws. Isn't that Central?
The Chickasaws?
Yeah,
Oh, it
that's
is.
The Eagles.
It is. That's right.
Eastern.
But who cares who you support? Support whoever you want to support. I guess that's all I want to say.
I just
There's
don't
my
wanna see
little.
them
I'm
win.
getting on my
Oh,
soapbox.
it's
Support
even
whoever you want
worse,
to support.
dude.
I don't
No.
care.
You're a Sounders
I don't
fan.
care.
Yeah, exactly.
You are a Sounders fan.
I am a Sounders fan.
Exactly.
Then guess who you support?
The Sounders.
Exactly.
That's all I support. But I mean,
You don't support Columbus.
Other people can support whoever they want to support.
No, not if they're Sounders fans.
Why not? Why can't you support? When I grew up in Michigan, and the Lions were terrible. So, as I've told the story before, I was a 49ers fan in the playoffs.
You grew up
because
as a 49ers fan.
I did, because the Lions were terrible.
There's
So
a lot of
basically-
flaws in your
I
life.
I know.
You didn't root for both Michigan State and Michigan.
No, hell no. I rooted for the good
Exactly.
team. Michigan.
All
The
I'm
only
saying
true
is-
football team.
So you don't root for
No, I
you don't root for the Timbers and the Sounders.
Correct.
You
I
root
don't.
for the Sounders.
I'm
I
gonna
do.
be-
You
I'm
You don't
gonna-
root for the Crew and the Sounders. You root for the
Exactly.
Sounders.
That's correct. That's all I root for. But if somebody else wants to do it, I'm not going to begrudge them that they can do whatever they want.
It's pretty simple. What I want is a goal from each side in like the first 5 minutes. Boom, boom. So those people that accidentally flip it on or getting intrigued.
Get excited about it.
And then I want a goal right before halftime.
Yep.
And then I want a goal right out of halftime. And then I want lots of chances for the last 5 minutes
Yep.
because I want a decent TV rating. That's pretty much
Yes.
Yeah.
the support I'm going to give is
Yeah.
for soccer.
Yes.
I'm also probably not going to watch.
Yeah, no, I'm
Me
realistic.
neither.
I won't either.
Me
yeah.
neither.
Because the Hawks are on a 10, so that won't interfere
Yeah.
on Sunday. But yeah, no, you're right. I mean, again, I'm not. All I'm saying is that it's okay to have your own different opinion from somebody else. That's all I'm saying.
No.
Tonight's not going the way I wanted it to go.
Hey, at least you don't have to be down there this week, dude. I have to be down there this week.
True.
That sucks.
And then I'm happy. I've got friends in Columbus. I have friends in Portland, and I'm happy for them. As a
I can be
personal,
ha- yeah, you
I'm
can
very
be
happy
happy
them.
for your friends.
Yes. I'm not. I mean,
Yeah,
if
friends in
Portland
Columbus?
wins, we all know it's going to be ugly for.
He's
as
so
a
happy
Sounders
for his
supporter.
friends that he wanted a meteor to drop on them.
Did you see the nutmeg? The nutmeg news?
Yes. Oh my God, that was awesome.
hilarious.
All right, so I'm done with. Do we want to talk about MLS anymore? I mean, other than I want to talk Sounders in a minute, but do you want to talk anything
Just
else?
general.
rumors.
There's like lots of like the free agents are starting to get established.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bunch of options were declined over
Yep.
the past day. That's going to come down even more tomorrow.
Do we know who that was? Have we-
There are
teams-
6 teams so far out.
Okay. Not Sounders.
No Sounders have been announced yet. Their decisions have to be like noon or 1 tomorrow, I
Okay.
think, something like that.
And they have to
They
announce
don't-
it by Tuesday or Wednesday. I mean.
Later. Like,
Oh, okay. I thought it was the second.
No, I think it's like the 7th or 8th.
They have to announce the free agent and reentry draft list, but that won't necessarily mean
Okay.
that they've announced all the players that they've option declined, because there are players who, even though they declined their option, don't have enough years of service or age in order to be
Yeah.
in the reentry draft or free agents.
Boom.
So they'll still control
Dropping
their
knowledge.
rights. So you might not get the complete Sounders list. We're going to work as hard as we can to get that complete list for you.
Of course.
But there are 2 names out there that are somewhat intriguing for the Sounders right now.
Kitchen.
No, because his option wasn't declined
Oh.
or anything like that. He is out of contract, but DC United still has his rights.
But the rumor was that Lamar
Well, that's not a rumor. Some
speculation. That was
some
speculation.
jackal says they like Perry Kitchen.
Okay.
So clearly Lamar's being traded for Perry Kitchen is not a rumor.
Okay.
It's some guy with an idea.
But wasn't that written by the DC guys?
No.
I thought
They
that
did-
was in the okay.
Thank
So
you,
never
Kale.
mind. Then I
They
withdraw.
mentioned that Perry Kitchen's out of contract.
Oh, okay. Okay. So then
You'd need a bit
A
more.
plus B equals
Like,
Z.
let's put it this way.
Yeah. Okay.
2 years ago, would you have traded Osvaldo Alonso before he was a DP for Dominic Adoro?
Would I have?
Yeah.
No.
Right. So you expect DC
No.
United to do the same thing?
No.
Because Alonso 2-3 years ago is what Perry Kitchen is right now.
Yes.
Out of contract.
But you're only
Really
trading for
good
his rights,
and young.
not the actual person.
Fine. You
Yeah.
wouldn't give up Alonso for a garbage
No, I
player.
wouldn't have. No, I wouldn't have.
And I'm
Yeah.
not calling Lamar Nagle a garbage player, but
No, but
around the league, they're like, he doesn't have that value. So we need
Yeah.
to have a reasonable expectation for what you're going to get. So it'll probably be a little bit of allocation money, because that's what goes
okay.
around.
So who are the two players then?
The 2 players that I'm kind of interested in right now are both from Houston. Is Corey Ash, or did he leave Houston? He left Houston, Orlando,
Okay.
wherever he's at. He got
yeah.
traded in the middle of the year.
Okay.
Corey Ash. He's
Ash.
a left back. He's a little bit older. He'll be a free agent availability. He guys to get forward. Has a couple U.S. national team call-ups. He's a very forward-facing left back, and left backs could be a question if Leo retires. They get rid of one of Fisher and Remick. All of a sudden, you need some stability at left back. So,
29 years old.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's a good option. And then another is a former Sounder that if they go to a three-man midfield in a 4-3-3 or 4-5-1 style, would be really good in that and has had some good years is Nathan Sturgis,
I like Sturgis.
who is
remember
like
that name.
10 years in the league,
He's at DC though right now,
9
isn't
teams.
he? Wasn't he at DC? Or did he move on from DC?
Don't ask me which team he's on.
Because he was at DC at one point. I don't know where he is now.
He's been on LA,
Yep.
Seattle,
DC.
Colorado,
That's right,
Salt
Colorado
Lake,
for a while.
Vancouver, Toronto, Houston.
Has he been on that many teams?
He holds the record for being on the most teams in
All
MLS.
right, that shows you how much I paid attention.
But he's been a really good central midfielder. He's not a great scorer. He's a decent defender. He's kind of a poor man's Brad Evans in how he plays
Yep.
and what he plays. It's been when he was here and younger, he was used as a right back and a center back even a little bit. So him at the right number, if you're looking at a central midfield of, say, Roldan, Rose, and Freeberg, a Sturgis kind of fits in there. If you're looking in, I mean, hopefully we keep Alonso or have an Alonso level player there as well. But you still need, if you go with that three-man central midfield, you need 5 that can play.
Yeah.
And so if he's that fourth or fifth guy, you're doing pretty damn good.
yeah, okay.
And I think
Those
it's
are-
not going
those
to be
are the two free
expensive.
agents.
It's
Oh, he's
not
at
gonna be
Houston
like-
Dynamos. Sturgis.
It says that he played for the Orlando also.
That
his
was the
last
previous
year.
conversation.
What?
That was the previous guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the previous guy.
But Sturgis was at Houston, yeah, as well. So, okay. All right.
Hot.
Sounder, go ahead.
I like that, man. Hot tip. And I'm gonna look a little research.
I'm a little bit interested
what's
in
up,
both of
man.
them. Yeah.
Okay. Looks like
Looking
he's
at the
got a stellar,
Sounders.
solid
Looking at
career.
the Sounders, then, we think Lamar's gone. You would probably agree.
There are ways that they could keep Lamar. I know Mike personally. If he had that conversation, he absolutely did.
Yeah.
But you're talking a little bit about a game of telephone, and Dad, father-in-law could have heard I'm probably going to get traded. That becomes I'm getting traded, something like that. Generally, people I know around the league would know, and they currently don't. So,
I think he'd help somebody else, perhaps. This team, it's...
well, it depends on where they go. They have 3 DP forwards right now. He would work in a 4-3-3 pretty well as an either side winger.
Mm-hmm.
But if they sign Morris, which I think is their intent,
And we
you
know how
definitely
feel
don't need
about Morris, man.
you definitely don't need Lamar and Chad Barrett.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Chad Barrett's
You
pretty done,
need-
isn't he?
Yeah, he's pretty much.
You think they'll bring him back?
I hope he's gone.
So do I,
Yeah.
man.
I
I mean, I
hope
like...
he's gone.
I like Chad.
Okay.
Believe it or not.
Dude, I do, but
But-
still, dude.
No,
it's-
you
it's
can.
like-
But I'm
it's
just-
one
I'm ready.
extreme to
I'm
the
done-
other.
I'm-
If he gets mad and pissed off, it's over. He's
He's
not gonna
2
have
years
it.
older than Lamar. Didn't even have as good a season as Lamar did this year, and we all want to get rid of Lamar.
Right.
Yes, he's a little less expensive, but he's, again, 2 years older.
Right.
And so, in my opinion, I would rather, if you need 5 forwards in that 3-man, if you need 5 that
Yeah.
are capable of what I call rotational level or better,
Yes.
where you're going to get them for 10-plus starts in an MLS season, you need 5 of them. I would prefer that the 4 are Clint Oba, Hito Valdez, Jordan Morris,
Yep.
and then I would prefer Lamar.
Yeah.
I can understand them going another direction.
Sure.
And that other direction could be Vic Mansoret. It could
Right.
be Andres Ivanchitz,
Yes.
who they slide up top. It
Yep.
could be Aaron Kovar, who gets a little bit more up top. Could be Marco Papa. There's lots of directions they can go.
Yeah.
And I think Lamar is in that kind of 16 to 20 range right now on the roster.
Yeah.
And so his shoe won't fall until some other above him are
Right.
determined.
Right, exactly. Leo's probably gone. We probably all agree
I
on
think
that.
he retires.
He retires. I think he retires.
And
Pineda.
I would love. Well, he's been making
retires?
rounds on TV lately.
But he did
man.
it at the All-Star game, too, when he wasn't
Yeah.
working.
Yep.
Yeah.
That isn't an indication
Yep.
that he's retiring because he did it at the All-Star
No,
game.
I
and then
know,
didn't
but he
play
is,
But I
very
think
well.
he retires. His heart wants to play more.
Oh yeah,
I think he wants to play more, but if he's playing more, he'll be fifth
even less of a
midfielder.
role. Yeah.
Less.
Yeah. He'll have to take that pay cut. That's why Hugo was telling me that he did a thing on this was last week where we saw him on La Acción Northwest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he did it yesterday. He
Yesterday.
announced that he
The
did one on Univision. He was doing the
Univision,
Mexican.
No, I'm not on La Acción Northwest. He said that he would be willing to stay as a coach, as a commentator.
Yep.
However the team wants him, he'd be willing
Yep.
to stay.
He's
Yeah.
open to it.
And so Hugo told me about that, and he's done two studio analysis gigs in Spanish language. We're big fans of Spanish language coverage here.
Yeah.
So
And yesterday, he did the Spanish coverage for one of the Mexico. I can't remember who was playing, but
La Liga game.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
on Univision on the
Yeah.
national
one of
channel.
Yeah.
Univision.
T-Grace or whatever probably. But so backing up in the chat room, Juan Valdez said Leo, Pineda, and Scott all retire. And I don't know about Scott. I was on the fence on Scott. I thought for sure he'd retire last year. And then I thought for sure he'd retire towards the end of this year. But I could see Scott coming back for another year. He's relatively inexpensive. He's got that nice,
I don't know of a better fourth center back in the league.
exactly. He's not going to be your number one starter.
Or
we
your
tried
two.
to make him, or 2 or 3 or 4.
Yeah.
He was the fourth this
Yeah.
year. He was the fourth. Unfortunately, two ahead of him were hurt
Yeah.
at a vital time, but he was
Yeah.
only the fourth center back. You're getting a fourth center back for minimum salary. That's a good good deal.
And he's a good locker room guy.
He's a great locker room presence.
So-
So it's really up to him and what he wants to
Right. Roman Torres supposedly became like the loved guy in the locker
do.
room.
He was here for like 2 weeks, and they put a poster out for his injury.
Right.
Oh,
The
God.
team
Loves him.
Those players
I'm
have really
so-
only spoken out about one other injury, and that was Steve's. And
Yeah.
that's because it was so bizarre
Yeah.
and
Right.
extreme. I love Steve, but I don't know that his locker room presence was as strong as what Ramon Torres exhibited in his couple of weeks.
And we all know how I feel about him. He almost trumps my love of Oba. So, Chad Marshall, there was a quote or a comment from Colin that was, he said, not attributed to someone he can't talk about on Facebook. That was more of a commentary. He mentioned that maybe Chad Marshall thinks about or is thinking about retiring. I mean, again, I'm not trying to say anything.
I mean,
there.
if Chad Marshall wants to retire, he can retire. That's
Exactly,
fine. But
yeah.
you're capable of being a starter and a near all-star performer and making about $400,000 to $500,000 a year. I don't know about you, but I don't retire then.
No.
Yeah, there was that health concern, but the health
Yep.
concern this time wasn't about concussions. It was a neck. It was a neck thing
Yeah.
that caused him to miss. Probably aggravated from the rear ending that he got.
Yep, for a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he had a concussion this year and somebody said that he was thinking about retiring, I would understand it.
Absolutely.
That didn't happen.
Yeah.
So, yes, maybe there's some truth to it.
Yeah.
I don't think it happens because
Okay.
players got to get paid,
That's right.
and
Yep,
he's
it's
in
the
that
business.
he's in those years where he's getting paid.
Hey, absolutely.
You either retire really early or really late.
But a
Unless- yeah.
a rotation of Roman coming back after a while when he gets healthy, and Brad and
June.
Chad.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a great rotation. That's like 3.
I love
amazing-
Brad where
I
he
know,
was
me
saying he was saying at the final media day that he's like, yeah, I'll start the season as a center back, and it's
Yep.
my job to tell them you don't replace me because we're good.
Yeah, exactly. I love
And
that.
if they force Panama's national center back
Yeah,
to not return to a starting role because two fringe center backs from the U.S. national team, because both Evans and Marshall have had some call-ups. Evans
Yep.
more recently, Marshall hasn't
Yep.
for a long time, but he has had them. If they're performing so well together that Torres has to be on the bench, it is what it is.
Absolutely.
Or they move Evans to left back, because if you listen to competing podcast, No Sadietas, today,
we are not I haven't listened to it yet.
Oh,
Is it,
yeah.
it was just Siggy. It was
Okay.
about 20 minutes with Siggy.
nice.
And he talks about Brad remaining on the back line,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
not
nice.
saying at
Nice.
center back.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Which
Brad had said that he would like to not move between lines anymore.
Yeah.
Which he did this year a little bit.
Yeah.
That he wants to settle in, and that might mean left back. Siggy at one point this past year had said that he didn't want a left back that's right-footed, and then he started O'Neal Fisher for 10 games.
Exactly.
Who
is more right-footed.
Brad Evans has a better left-footed cross than O'Neal
Absolutely.
Fisher. So,
Absolutely.
And all that height for set pieces in the attack.
Yeah.
If you have Evans, Torres, Marshall, Dempsey, and Oba and Valdez, those 6 bodies in a box on a corner or a threatening set piece with a Ivanschitz or a Kovar or a Papa serving in.
Yeah. Oh, it's what we dreamt about when all the deals went down in the summer of this year. So, no, I love it. I love that.
That'd be fun.
Do you think is Mears back?
Yes.
Okay.
I think he's awesome. I hope.
No, I know, but he signed a 1-year deal, right?
Most 1-year deals in MLS are 1 year with
plus
options.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Or 1 year with option.
Okay. All right. Fry, get rid of him, right?
What?
No, I'm just kidding. I was just.
Here, I'll give you a secret sneak preview. It won't really be a big surprise.
Okay.
So, every year at Sounder Heart, we do a rank every single player that was on the roster.
Yes.
I
did. That was really hard this year.
We have about 2,000 responses.
That was really hard.
And one of the few places that's very clear as to who's going to be it is the number one. The number one, without a doubt, was Stephen Fry.
No way. Are you serious? Really?
And it's funny. It might be because he's everybody's number 2.
Wow.
But
where did I rank him?
Nobody had him lower than 4th. But anybody else that you'll
No, I'm kidding.
Anybody else that you'll put in even in the top 5, you could argue is 10th. Because you could say Clint's a top 5 player, but you could also be like, well, he missed a lot, so 10th.
I'd Clint
same.
down in the 4, 5, 6.
Chad Marshall, same.
Yeah.
You look at it. Ozzie Alonso, same. So all of a sudden you look, he started every single game. Should have been the goalkeeper of the year.
Yeah. Wow.
So
let's go.
So there you go. That's your nugget today.
Yeah. Thank you. That was good.
Let's go, man.
And I want to go back up. Nos Adietes, I would not call us a competitor to Nos Adietes. We are a video-centric podcast.
Yes.
Doing our own thing. And we love the boys at Nos Adietes. So, wouldn't necessarily call them competing.
I'm going to try to get both of them down for
I would
the
love.
tournament.
I want. So we talked last year about doing an off-season show.
You got to maintain them, man.
I need to do it. I need to reach out.
It's on
him.
you.
I know it is.
I can reach
I
out.
gotta reach out to him. Okay, maybe I'll have you be the go-between. But I'd love to do a big show with them, or not even a big show, but just a conversation with them. It would be a fun. I think it'd be a fun.
I'll bribe him
show.
with tacos, man.
You'll bribe him with tacos.
Let's go.
Nice. And back it up here for Beth in the chat room from a few minutes ago. Mears isn't going anywhere.
No.
She's making the 2-pole. If not, she'll kidnap him. That's probably not legal, but that's
don't.
No. So, okay. Anything else Sounder related we want to talk about?
Anytime, Wego.
Trying to think.
I'm going to give a shout out to Olex Anderson.
Olex Anderson.
Yeah.
It just reminded me of how awesome he is.
Oh my
And we
god.
were talking about your
'cause
5.
I had said before the USA game that he was going to score. He did. Pretty proud of that because I like being right. What I really love is that not only is he one of the guys that's going to get the opportunity to trial with the first team, kid's only 20.
Right.
Oh man, him and Vic up top.
Yeah. Oh man.
So
I love it.
I
love it. I can't
He
wait.
reminded me of that because he was reading Sounder at Heart today.
Do you see him more playing S2, or do you think he gets a chance at S1? Is S1 too
I think
soon?
they get a chance, man. I think they'll give him a legitimate chance.
I think he gets an MLS contract and gets loaned to S2 a lot.
Yeah, okay.
Kind of like Vic
Yeah, okay.
did.
Which is cool. That's okay. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, you could have two. I mean, Olex is 20 now,
Yeah.
so I can't call him a teenager
And
anymore
Vic is
because he had his
19, right?
birthday just before the U.S. game.
Yeah.
But Vic's 19. Yeah, so you could have two U21s.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's
Yeah.
go. The future is bright, and it's near us.
Jeremy wants to know when are we now announcing the signing of Zlatan?
Zlatan announces the signing for you.
That's good. I like that. That's good. Oh, sorry. Here, let me go back up here. Juan Valdez had a question about Evans and Marshall are both free agents. How do we afford up to a 30% pay increase to hold on to these players with the cap?
A couple things. One, they're not both free agents.
Boom. Knowledge.
One of them might be out of I think they're both out of contract, but not both free agents. I think that's an age, it's time in league.
Time in league or time in team? I can't remember what it was.
It's time in league.
Time in league. Okay.
8 and 28, I think is the number. So,
well, they're both 28 and they're both 8. They're both 8 and 28.
Okay, well, might be an option thing then for one of them, but they're not both going to be free agents.
Not both of them?
Even if they were, the increase is only 25% max that they could be offered under that agreement. I think I'd have to review. The way you fit them is you fit them. You got allocation money, you got targeted allocation money, you cut players that are less essential, like a Nagel or a Barrett or a Papa.
Or all three. Well, I don't think I think Papa you
or
keep.
a Gonzalez.
Yeah, because they're making a fair. Well, Pineda was
basically
making a lot.
Anybody above the minimum and below $200,000 is in danger of getting cut for cap reasons.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's what we talked about. So if you want them both, you can afford them both.
Yeah. You got what about what about the Dylan Remix? You mentioned.
Well, it's really
Fisher.
interesting. At left back, they had 4 left backs on the roster. Well, 3 left backs on the roster, and then
3.
they played their second right back at left back.
Yeah.
In Fisher.
Yeah.
And you don't need that many, and particularly you don't need 2 of them. You're not willing. I mean, they didn't even put Remick on the 18 in the last day, so they wound up putting Roll down, and to me, that's an indication that he's gone.
Okay.
Oh man.
Okay. Yeah, which I kind of unfortunately we kind of saw that coming, or have seen it coming over the last few months. Again, this is where I say we differentiate, because for me it's an emotional thing, right? I mean, I go home and I prep my daughter and my son to a lesser extent of like, oh, you know that this is happening or this is going to happen.
Lost players before. You lost Jeff Park. You lost Tyson Wall. You lost Nate Jakwa. You lost
absolutely
Seba, Roger Sebla 2, Steve Zakwani, Mike Faceto.
Yeah,
you lost Tyrone Marshall.
Yeah, Marshall. Oh, I loved Marshall. James Riley.
You lost James Riley. David Estrada, who's like the best person to ever play in this town.
God.
We've lost people.
Yep.
You know what? Still be fans of those people.
Oh, big time.
Want them to fail on game day against the Sounders.
No question.
Have a decent season to help their team be worse than the Sounders.
Yeah.
You know, we're used to that by this point. We understand that
It
there
doesn't
are
make it any
emotional
easier,
decisions to be made. I don't know.
Is there anybody on the roster that is 100? I mean, besides Fry, I guess that 100% you don't think any going anywhere that's kind of on that fringy part of it though, that becomes that safe
on the back end that doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Mansoure,
okay. Victor. Any of the S2 guys?
Well,
they're all
no, because they're not on an MLS roster.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. But is there any of that fringe S1, S2? Because you got Damian Lowe, who's on an MLS contract.
MLS Generation Adidas contract.
Jimmy Ockford's on an
hasn't
MLS
really played.
contract.
Ockford proved that he's really flexible and can be in the 18.
Yep.
Nice.
But he's a couple years into his career, and he's not always in the 18.
Right.
So there's a reason to think that he might move, or you keep him as a veteran minimum guy.
Yeah.
So, I have no confidence that he'll be back, but I also don't think that he should leave, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So Low, Ockford, Charlie Lyon.
Yep. He's
Andy Craven. Hard to judge because he's in rehab.
Right.
So my default is if a player is in rehab, you keep them on your roster, and then you cut them when they're healthy.
We love donuts, man.
But
did you hear that little?
No, I'm not saying that about Andy, but I'm just saying that in general.
Yeah.
Like Houston
Zakwani, we did that
Houston
with.
today cut Garrido, who got his leg blown up in international play.
Yeah, okay.
Now, they might have declined the option before he left for his international game, and so the appearances might be awful, but reality wasn't.
Right, sure.
But if the reality was he's got an 8-month rehab ahead of him, he's cut, I'm not really happy with Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agreed.
So let's see. We looked Darwin. I could see a lot of reasons for moving on from Darwin Jones.
Yep.
Damian Lowe with a cryptic Instagram post. What is that?
Did you see the cryptic Instagram post? Actually, I
he
didn't
basically just kind of thanked the Sounders for his time, and he was glad that he got over his injury, and he looks forward to better things next year.
Yeah.
You know what? A guy that didn't play a single MLS minute last year should be looking forward to better things next year.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And he's also still really young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's pretty good.
He showed, at S2 he was dominant.
Yeah, exactly. When he was healthy and fully up to speed, he was good.
His peak as an MLS player is really high.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to keep.
Yeah, I agree.
him.
100% agree.
But I could also see if somebody's willing to give value, you take the value.
Yeah.
If somebody
There it
thinks
is.
he'll be their third center back,
So,
Yeah.
leading into that, do you think with Garth at the helm that we're more willing and able to, or flexible to look at that, taking value for something at the potential than we were under Adrian, or is it
no.
just
I mean, he moved guys when they.
okay?
I mean,
So
Adrian
no
moved,
more or
we
less.
just went over the
Yeah.
list. I think what it means is that there is a new set of eyes within the organization for the
Okay.
first time in 7 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
On the talent evaluation side,
Yeah.
the talent team has been Adrian, Siggy, Kurt, and Chris,
Yep.
and that's the core of it.
Yep.
And they do talent by committee, pretty much.
Yeah.
Whether or not they're signed is a math problem. Whether or not they're played is a Siggy problem, but the ultimate decision of do we make the offer was a committee thing. And now
Okay.
you finally got this outside mind in that committee that hasn't had all these same formulations over these many years. And so those guys already know, all right, this is
know
the guy
what-
I'm putting
yeah.
forward. I know what Siggy thinks. I know what Kurt thinks.
Yeah.
I know what Chris thinks. And Adrian's like, I know what my answer is going to be, but let's go over it. So now they don't know.
Okay.
Like, they talk about it and they'll have some rough ideas, but when it comes down to the nitty-gritty, who they keep and who goes, they've got a new voice, and it
Decision-making
changes
committee.
how everybody else approaches those
Definitely,
meetings.
man. That makes a lot of sense
It
because, like,
does.
in what I do at work, we have the same situation. Like, everybody, it's a different thing, but there's everybody knows what gets pitched to the lending team and what everybody tends to approve, whatnot. So you already kind of pre-set your pitch, knowing what loan you're going to get approved and not. Same with the player format, same exact
Yeah,
thing.
what it means is Siggy and Adrian and Henderson have to change their approach because they're talking Garth into it now.
Yep.
So not only does it give you a different set of eyes, it forces each person to think a little differently.
Yeah.
I like that.
I do too.
That,
Oh, yeah,
that
totally.
to me means as much as it's Garth Lagerwey, as it's another mind.
Yeah.
An outsider mind.
He's an outsider, and probably until the end of next year.
Yeah.
And by the end of
Yeah.
next year, everybody will know.
Yeah.
Right. That makes sense. Do you think, looking at the changes that have happened organizationally in the Sounders, that we've gone from a Joe Roth that dominated group maybe to a less of a Joe Roth? And this is my question. I'll come back to that one.
Okay.
But do you think that the switch that
The
was
ownership-
announced, the ownership switch,
Switch.
do you think that has a true impact on the organization, or is that more of a minor like paperwork issue, et cetera, and less of a voice issue?
It's less of a voice issue. Adrian already led the charge on all the local voice type of stuff.
Okay.
And Joe is always big picture
Yeah.
and has always been that
And
visionary
still will be
type.
that guy.
And he'll still do that vision.
Yeah.
If somebody on his magic list comes available,
Boom.
he'll tell
He'll open
Adrian, "Don't worry about the price. I've got it."
Yeah. Okay.
Which is kind of what they did with Clint. Clint was on the magic list. Chicharito was on the magic list. Drogba was on the magic list.
Chicharito?
Yeah, but you don't remember what Joe Roth said?
No.
Joe Roth.
Hey, wait. Hugo
yes.
just joined the show. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Joe Ross said he is
You're
a player that I consider so highly for MLS that I feel other teams should sign him even if it makes it harder
I
for us.
remember that, and that's ironic. But
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So-
love that guy.
I mean, he won't come here.
Chicharito.
You won't.
Just clarify.
Chicharito,
Yeah.
right? That's it, right?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Chicharito.
Who was having a hell of
Hey,
a Chicharito.
That's why I just said
He's
Chicharito.
having a great season with the other Byron.
Amazing. Yes, with
Yes,
Bayern.
the other
Yes.
Bayern. No, but for
Oh
real,
my God, I
it
watched
is.
It's a
Bayern
great,
this
it's a
weekend?
great season.
For him, it's great.
Oh,
I
it's-
think it was great,
it's
and
awesome.
it got you into Bundesliga, which
Yeah,
is one of
I
my
love it, dude.
favorite.
I was
You gotta
watching.
plug in, bro.
I don't, it's gonna,
Okay.
What's wrong?
But I brought it back on this.
Oh.
No,
He has no battery.
Oh, I'll watch the Bundesliga more than I would EPL personally. I love
Its
the Bundesliga.
availability is improving. It's an exciting league.
better than
Mostly
the
improving.
EPL, man.
EPL is still way
And
more
did
accessible.
you see who had the voice of a Bundesliga game over
I
the weekend?
did Ross. Congratulations,
Ross
Ross.
Fletcher.
Yeah.
But you know what channel was on? Fuck you, Fox. FS2.
That'll get more available as
As
the
soon as
ratings
Comcast
improve.
does it, then I'll stop bitching about it. But until then, I'm gonna bitch about it, Fox, because FS2. I can't get it. I can't get it with Fox.
I'm on DirecTV. So
Comcast.
I watched Bayern.
The Bayern.
And, man, Martinez had this amazing. Like it was beautiful.
Yep.
It was like, dude, they're so good. It's scary.
Yeah.
Like they weren't even. It's like they were going at half speed. It seemed like, dude. It was just they were just dominating.
All right. So Hundy, aka TP100, one of our earlier listeners, does the Sounders alignment or whatever you want to call it with the Seattle United mean anything? Is it a marketing or is it community building or is it actually going to lead to something more? And I added a few more words to this comment.
All right,
But you read it. Okay. So.
Okay, it's going to help with a couple of different things. On the field, what it'll help with is it'll help the academy give them a little bit of better access to the U12 players in the region, because the Sounders have lost a little bit of that when they lost Darren Sawatsky. That'll increase their visibility. They'll have coaches coaching Seattle United games. I don't think that it's going to end with Seattle United.
Okay.
There are
Wait.
other
Okay.
other U12 organizations that might want to affiliate as well, and you'll notice they never use the word exclusive
Okay.
in the thing.
Okay.
And I hope and I feel that they will get it done with someone out in the Yakima, Spokane, or Tri-Cities area. At least one of those those communities will get a connection. Hopefully, all of them.
Okay.
Hugo and I hammer on this all the time.
Nonstop.
But they need to do two things better to hit their really aggressive business goals.
Who's they? The Sounders?
The
or?
Sounders.
Okay.
To hit their aggressive business goals, they need to be better in Eastern Washington. They need to be better in the Hispanic community.
Yep.
If you do youth soccer in Eastern Washington, you're going to hit both of
of
those
them.
really hard.
Yeah,
So they'll get one or two out there, as well as one or two more deals in the greater Puget Sound with other youth. So that's going to help there. What it's also going to do is it's going to increase youth connection to the Sounders.
Yes.
So in 6-7 years, they're adults buying tickets. And that's important. It's not about getting the families there now. The Sounders don't need to do that. They've already got that.
Yeah.
But what you want to do is you want to get the young adults when they're spending their own money to spend it and to become generational fans.
You know, that's kind of like my brother and I. When my brother and I first got the season tickets, this was like, 2009. I'm 29. My brother's 26. You know, he's got we're doing okay job-wise, and we don't have families or anything, but we're both immigrants because we're both born in Mexico, but we relate very much to more of a first generation, whereas we are already fully assimilated to sports.
Absolutely.
And we were like, you know what, we connected just because of, our dad watching the El Tri and going crazy watching it. So we were like, yeah, let's watch the Sounders. Let's do it. It's our home team. So totally makes sense for them to do the same, man.
Do you think so? Piggybacking on that, and I know you're part of Barra. I'm part of Barra. Do you think after what happened at the end of season business meeting, and again, you can answer or not answer. I haven't talked to you about this yet. I know they want to listen, or they're saying all the right things. Do you think the Sounders will, to your point, open up and understand and get into the Hispanic / Latino community and grow that and really take advantage of that? Are they listening to? If you can talk about it.
Without going into a lot of detail, I believe they're sincere about wanting to do it, do it better, more efficient. I think they've gotten probably feedback from the league on how to go about it, but it's a lot different once you go locally.
Sure.
And you have to have kind of boots in the, old school boots on the ground type.
Right. But they had a connection when they were the Seahawks, as we all know.
Yeah.
Especially those that were deep involved in it. And then when that broke apart, it became a different world. And again, that's fair, and growing pains happen, and I'm not calling them out and being negative, but things change, and you need to have that willingness to
and
accept
they have,
it.
And yes, I completely agree, dude. Yes, I was in a discussion with the team, and they are going to work closely, a little bit more closely, to work with La Barra and just meeting with us on a more regular basis to just have a better connection with the local community, because they do want to necessarily make an effort to reach out better, do a better job.
Do you think next time, if at the end of your meeting somebody asks them about their reach out to Hispanic and Latinos, they'll be able to answer the question?
Yes.
Because that was one of the things that was disappointing to me.
I
was
agree.
they actually have some things that they do.
They do, correct.
And
You nailed it.
They weren't able to talk about them.
They were totally
Right.
because the people on the stage didn't know
What
was going on.
You nailed it. And the thing
Exactly.
was that when we came over and talked to them, they pretty much told us what they should have answered at the meeting. You know,
right.
They had numbers. They've had discussions with their HR. They have TV numbers from the TV broadcast, numbers from the radio.
And again, be careful, don't get in trouble. I mean, don't say anything you're not supposed to say. But I agree. It's
that to me is a huge step right there.
Yeah.
And that they met with you guys is
was
another
huge.
one.
Because I thought the Barra statements, again, I joined Barra as an ECS subgroup not because I'm obviously Latino or have any roots there.
No.
I know. Can you believe it? I know.
What?
I'm the Irish Latino. But I joined it because it's a family organization, right? And it was a very welcoming organization.
It's a very big part of the culture in the Latino communities.
Right.
Man. It's like, welcome, come on.
And bringing my kids into that, it was one of the things I loved about it, because I can bring them in, and we have chosen local pubs / bars that are all ages, that allow a very much from 4 to 100, right? It doesn't matter what you are. It doesn't matter if you're an Irish guy or if you're Latino. It doesn't matter. And I've always felt welcome in every event. There have been many events that I've been where I may be the only Irish guy there, right? But I like that, and I appreciate that. So the statement that was made on behalf of all the members, written by the board, was fantastic, and I loved it. And I want to see more of that, because as a white guy, not to get too political, but as a white guy in America who now is one of the most dangerous groups, if you want to look at it, which, again, not getting too political. Someone shut my mic off here pretty soon.
Yeah.
I'm open to all, and I want all. And
totally.
I want there to be love and friendship and everything with everything. So
and
I'll
that's
stop.
the
I'll
reason
get off
why,
my thing now.
I do so much with Barra, and I feel so passionate about it, because we put a lot of thought into what Barra does and how we go about in supporting the Sounders, because that is our number one goal. We support the Sounders more than anything. However, we want to, at the end, that's in our mission statement, and in combining the culture that we have from our different backgrounds and countries from all over Latin America, not just Mexico.
No.
I'm talking Puerto Rico. I'm talking Colombia.
Yes.
Argentina, even
Peru.
Spain.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and it is something that we do take a lot of pride in, being very thoughtful about everything that we do. Like any organization, any group, there's learning curves, there's learning situations, and but we're doing. I mean, we're really excited. As you probably maybe saw lately, we have a new co-chair, co-chairs this year, and I'm excited because they were very involved in the transition. They were very involved in everything that's going on, and it's been impressive, man. Everybody's is doing a lot of work to making sure that we continue to have that great positive experience and reputation that Barra has, man, of being always open to everybody, very welcoming, and having a good time, and just connecting our communities together, which at the end of the day, we're all Sounders fans, man.
So I hope we answered Hundy's question originally. It was all about the whole Seattle United.
Oh, yeah, we went off stage. So
yeah, but
and
the
so
community,
a little bit it's marketing.
Yeah.
The primary, though, is about finding more talent.
Yeah.
There's no other market. Well, Denver is the only other market that's kind of screwed up like the Sounders are, at this kind of mid-media market that has more than one MLS team in it.
Okay.
Look at Portland. Look at RSL.
Yeah.
Look at Columbus. Look at I'm looking at other smaller because we are kind of small. Vancouver,
Orlando.
Montreal, Orlando. They don't have other local competitors. We do,
Right.
and then Denver has two
Right,
competitors
big
in
ones.
their
Yeah.
their market for their academy.
say-
Yeah.
So what Garth needs to do, and he's talked a lot about this. I need to get off my ass and write it. He talked about the balkanization of youth soccer in the Greater Puget Sound,
Okay.
and if you look at it, your daughter plays for a team.
Yeah, Kent United, yeah.
Okay, plays for Kent United, and then also in the South King County area, you've got Pac Northwest. You got Eastside FC. You
Yep.
got Crossfire. You got Seattle United.
Yep.
You got West Sound
Pumas.
United, or
Yep.
they don't have a youth club. Well, they have a senior youth. They have a teams, but they
Right.
don't
They
go
don't go
deep
down.
in age.
Yep.
Right.
You've got ones down in Olympia. You got ones up in Bremerton. It's balkanized. It's really broken up. And one
Yeah.
of the things he wants to do is he wants to get as many under the Sounders umbrella as possible.
So even in the Seattle area, he wants to potentially have, if there's 5 of them,
If
potentially
he
have
could get
4.
everybody but Crossfire, he'd be in heaven.
Okay.
And I know that. If he
Okay.
could get Crossfire too, he'd be in heaven. But
Yeah.
that's never happening.
Never. Yeah. Right.
They signed a deal with AS Roma actually
Yeah,
recently.
which is interesting.
So that
Wow.
AS Roma can ignore
Yeah.
their players just like Inter Milan ignored their players. But so he's going to try and get rid of that balkanization, and then by getting people like Mark Nichols and Junior Gonzalez, who's on the U.S. Youth National Team coaching roster,
Yep.
and Mark
Yeah,
Nichols
yeah.
is part of the MLS and French Football Federation coaching structure. You get those kind of guys involved with the youth organization even earlier.
Oh, let's go.
Then what you're doing is you're helping that talent develop as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you're
And
getting
that
them
is-
exposed to even better coaches.
Yep.
and that
There's
is
money
what makes
questions and all that.
everybody
So
better, man.
In the end, the Sounders have to have 80% of Seattle's talent if they're going to be able to compete with an LA, a Dallas, a Chicago, and the 2 New Yorks. Because that's where, historically, all of your talent in your youth soccer talent, those are the markets. Those are the markets that you have to match. We've done a really good job at the high end.
Yeah.
You look at a Yedlin and a Morris.
Yep.
Yeah.
The high-end talent's been amazing.
Boom.
Even Mansoray, you're getting him in the youth national team. What we need is
The everyman. The every.
more guys
quote,
Yeah.
that contribute at the back end of the 18 regularly.
Absolutely.
The Brad Evans.
Not. I'm talking the youth structure
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, yeah,
So
but
talking
but
about
a
Bradford
cl-
Jamison the fourth,
Okay.
Oscar Sorto down in L.A.
Yep.
You look at L.A. and they've got they had 4 or 5 academy kids that were on their MLS roster, and more than one of them was on their game day roster. Not just Zardes was on their game day roster.
Yeah.
We sign Morris next year. That's great. We've got a better player than Giasse Zardes.
Yeah.
But getting some of that depth, getting Kovar to turn into being a player that's regularly in the 18 rather than just on the fringe,
Yep.
getting Sean Coley to stay, getting the next Sean Coley so he knows if he stays here, he's going to get playing time. Getting that edge talent so you don't have to worry about the draft so much, and you don't have to worry about the good fortune, because let's be honest, your U.S. national team talent, 90% of that is genetics. 10% of that is coaching,
Academy
Exactly.
coaching.
Yep.
finishing them off.
Yep.
DeAndre Yedlin was going to be a great soccer player, whether he was at Crossfire, the Sounders, or the Timbers. It didn't matter where he was. He was going to be great. Is he better because he was a Sounder? I believe so.
Yep.
We need more, though, that, again, Darwin, Aaron,
Let's go.
Yeah.
Vic,
Yep.
Sean.
Sean, what
I want-
Sean could have been, right? Or should have been.
We got Jordan Schweitzer, Tosh Somkane, Shea Adekoya, David Olson.
Do you see more of them coming in this next year?
I think the real big test is it's really hard to judge S2 hard on year one.
Yeah.
Year one sucks.
Exactly.
In anything.
Anything you do.
A startup, year one
I
sucks.
don't know. They're,
Well, see, we're on year 3
their
of
game day
SonarFeed. We're
ops
still
is
working on
pretty
it.
nice.
That wasn't the joke I was going for.
Oh, okay. That's what I was going for.
I was going for the suck aspect. Which
Okay.
Year one.
yes. Aaron out. Hashtag Aaron out.
So yeah, year one's hard.
Yeah, it is.
But you know what? Real Salt Lake has like 7 academy kids that have signed
Yeah.
on their 2 team.
Wow.
The Monarchs, 5, 6, 7, whatever.
Yeah.
It's a high number. They get playing time. You know what? They didn't make the playoffs. You know what? Siggy said, we're not going to judge this team by wins and losses. We're going to judge by talent that's developed. That's why I'm really excited about Olex Anderson, and I'm not excited about Sergio Mata. I don't think a 25-year-old Brazilian is going to make or break the Sounders next year. But I do think a 20-year-old St. Vincent Grenadine stud
Yes.
Who just scored
in
on the US
2 years
in the World Cup qualifier.
can be your fourth forward in a 3-forward set. And in 3 years can be a starter.
Yeah.
And if you get him in at that young.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing for, like, we need to see progress from Vic. So I think that's where we're going to judge S2 is I got a long list of names. I could go over why I think
let's
they're
go.
good.
I'm ready. I brought you another drink.
Yeah, I'll talk.
Let's do
It'll
okay.
basically be interesting for
Let's
me,
do it.
you, and Kyle Gervin, but
I know.
But you know what?
okay,
People need to know.
They
More
do.
people need to do that.
I
know
agree.
this, man.
No, and so Kyle may or
Speaking
not
of
be
which,
listening,
sorry.
but he tweeted out a thank you for our 150th episode, and
I saw that.
Kyle was a big proponent for our
Yep.
hashtag the future stuff. You guys do a lot of the future stuff.
Even
and it's
Justin
so much,
Solomon, dude.
so much.
He tweeted earlier.
Yeah.
he got
the
aggressive
team.
with the team.
What?
Why, Solo tweeted to the team.
Oh my
did.
God, that was
Yeah.
yeah.
Morris did good, but what about the other academy
Yeah.
kids?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a good point.
But at that point, none of them won. So that specific tweet wasn't necessarily appropriate.
Well,
But there's
we knew where it came from, though.
yeah, and we know what he means
There-
behind that, man.
5 guys, including Solo,
Yeah.
didn't sign with the Sounders, but signed pro contracts somewhere. None of them had great careers.
No.
But if I want a Sounder to fail, I want them to fail right here at home.
At home, I agree.
I want them
There
fail
you
in Rave
go.
Green.
Yeah.
I want to see them at Starfire. I want to understand that passion and that
Yeah.
love because you know what? Their kids are our future too.
Absolutely.
Because if you look right now, Duncan McCormick is on S2, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
His
And,
father
And play the stars.
Tacoma.
and the Tacoma Stars as well. You look at Duncan's father. Duncan's father is Dick McCormick. You might have remembered him. He played for the NASL Sounders.
Yes.
Let's
Absolutely.
go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I need more of that.
I 100% agree.
You know, this is, I mean, that is the root of why Europe, South America, Mexico do well because they already have that. They're
Well,
ahead
they're
of
willing
us.
to sell on, and particularly in South America, they're like, we'll sign you and then we'll sell you, and I'd be okay with that. If Gustav Brandt, who they brought here as a senior, he was a transfer student, just wanted to continue soccer. If they brought him here, he was here with his family, he played well. He signed with a lower division Swedish team, or a lower record Swedish team. You know what? Keep him here. Yeah, he only played 2 years in Sweden. You know what? Play him a year here.
Yep.
If he's okay, sell him to Sweden for $50,000. Shows it almost nothing. That's petty change in Europe.
Yeah.
They'll pay it.
All right. So I want to take a time out on the youth for a minute.
Backpedal.
I want to backpedal for a minute. Sarah joined Bara.
Yeah, I saw that.
Our first Patreon supporter.
Yeah, I saw that her little one is part Latino,
Yes,
too. Let's
that's
go.
great. Beth, you are correct. Hashtag Aaron out. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, that's been since
It's my
day one.
last show.
Yeah.
So it's good.
We've done that.
Until next week.
Yeah.
I also quit drinking for good. I quit drinking for good. I am now only drinking for evil.
Oh, okay.
That is
But-
so, oh my God, that is so bad.
It was
dude.
funny. I'll show you I showed it to you, didn't I? The picture of Dr. Evil doing this. Did I not show it to you? Oh my God, it's awesome. Let's go back to a question here that T. Peter asked again. And I'm going to add more to his comment. But his question was: is there ever a chance of the Reign and the Sounders joining up? With the news that the Sounders women have
Completely folded.
Completely folded. That league is gone, and with that
Whoa.
rights potentially, I don't know
The
where
marketing rights that the
marketing
Sounders
rights.
women had, that's
Yeah.
all they had was
That's
the
all they had.
marketing rights.
Do they? And again, you may or may not be able to answer this now, but his question is: do they ever join up, or do they ever cross market more? Which they already do a fair amount. But is there ever a chance for that to, with that
Maybe
gone,
more formal.
maybe more formal, maybe grow it, or whatever?
I don't know.
Adrian doesn't have a long history of investing in projects that don't work on a monetary basis.
Yep.
Now that we know, this is a weird way to say it, but now that we know that the NWSL can survive,
Yeah.
because they've made it past the 3-year death mark
Exactly.
of women's soccer, I think that they might reconsider some investment. I could see them putting in a few dollars to help them out. There was some product placement and those kinds of things, but I really think that now that you've seen that NWSL can succeed, there can be some cooperation. But I also know that the Reign really enjoy being an independent organization. that can go their own way.
Absolutely.
They like that
And they've done a great
Memorial
job.
is their own.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I know that turf's brand new, but the paint job on it's horrible.
Oh, terrible.
Ooh.
Terrible.
Somebody needs better color matching. But that's, this year the only negative that you can put on them as a business entity is the paint job at Memorial.
Right. That's it.
And
Yeah.
next year they're changing the Memorial layout. They've made some great hires in their marketing team over the past year. One of our writers actually does some freelance work for them, which I find pretty awesome because
I just followed her, I think.
No,
Who does?
Eric
No,
Flatness.
Oh,
is-
Eric Finance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't somebody that does also on Sunday Heart?
Susie covers
Yeah,
the
yeah,
rain
yeah.
through our sub-site called Ride of the Valkyries.
Ah, okay, yeah.
You know.
That's what I was talking about.
Ride of the Valkyries, like Apocalypse Now.
Video game?
Wow.
I thought there was like a. Sorry.
Yeah, what's it?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
No.
I
just
love
followed
it.
it up.
I love the name.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Keep going.
So I think they'll work together a little bit more, and you'll see some co-branding, co-marketing more often.
Kinda
You
filter
saw
out.
the golden scarf thing. Hope Solo's the only person to get 2 golden scarves somehow.
What?
Like, why don't you have 2?
I will.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. You hear that?
Wow.
I will.
Why don't we
I
have
will.
one?
We won't.
I know.
Well, you're on Alliance Council, so you'll never be able to get
Nope.
another one.
I'm not anymore.
Oh, then you.
My
can't
reign
again.
of terror ended. Which, speaking of which, we're gonna have Stephanie on here, either next Monday or the
Good.
following Monday.
They made a lot of progress on some.
Yes.
It's really like inside baseball, kind of constitutional, chartery type stuff.
It is.
But they've made some decent progress on that.
It
That
is.
will help when
excited.
Garth is up to vote.
Yes.
And if Garth has a bad year next year, we can vote him out a
Right.
lot easier.
Yep.
They've made some
Wow.
decent progress there. It's been interesting seeing the council from the outside for the past few years.
Yep.
Um,
I
yeah.
love the council, and we'll talk about it when she's on.
Yeah.
But my first meeting,
I've only heard this 10,000 times.
Fuck you. They had a vote about what day we're gonna have the meetings, and this pissed me off from day one. And it was a Tuesday night vote, and that first meeting we had like 50 people there, and the next meeting, we had like
No?
10.
Oh, yeah.
And no one's listening to me because they've all heard it 100 times.
I've already heard this.
Damn it, I hate you.
I've heard this a couple
Oh
times.
my God, I'm done.
I've heard this
All
a
right.
couple times.
All right, so any questions here? You have a question?
Yes. Tomas in or out?
Tomas, in or out?
I think he's out.
Out.
Kid's had a 5-year professional career at this point. Doesn't really
Is he
stick
like
with one
23
team.
though? 22?
22. He's with Fluminense. And
Now Beth is gonna
Ponte
cry here in a minute, just so you
Preta
know.
And some team in Italy, and now the Sounders. I think this is his 4th team in 5 professional years. He hasn't shown a lot. He's been hyped a lot.
Right.
But he hasn't shown a lot.
But he
And
kind
at
of
this point, by age 23, really, you have to have shown something. If you look at where Lamar Nagel did by age 22, Lamar Nagel had already been the MVP of the USL at the time, which was 2nd division, had signed a contract with that Finnish team for a little bit, came back and signed with the Sounders, and had scored 5 goals in MLS play in his first season as an MLS player.
You're right, man.
Lamar did all of that while also
Knowledge.
being at UNLV, and going through the American soccer system, which is supposed to be bullcrap in ability to develop wingers. And you know what? Lamar, by the age of 22, was a much better player of soccer
Then Tomas.
than Tomas. Tomas,
This is real talk, man. Yeah, I agree.
I want him to stick.
Tomas is the Notre Dame quarterback of soccer players.
Rick Meyer. Oh, my God.
Wow.
People love him because of where he's from, not because of what he does.
Boom. Can we get that out on Twitter? Oh, my God.
No, don't do it.
Dude, that is like
Yo, I'm
that may be the
He
best thing
follows
you've ever
Twitter.
said ever on
I'm,
Twitter.
I'm cheating. I said it to Jason Davis like 3 years ago. But the Brazilian
Wow.
attacking mid,
Wow. Okay,
Is
that
the-
makes me feel really good.
the Brazilian attacking mid is highly overvalued because they're from Brazil. And the assumption is because of, Joga Prieta and all that,
Yeah.
they're expected to be extraordinary. And yeah, they're pretty darn good. But in the end, in this roster, Tomas is expected to score or assist. Marco Papa scores and assists. Marco Papa, by Tomas's age, had like 30 MLS goals and 35 assists.
Go ahead.
And was looking for a major transfer to the Netherlands. So he's on a 6-figure number as well.
What?
Yeah, he's not 100K. Yeah.
Wow.
You want Chad Barrett or Tomas?
Tomas.
Tomas. Younger.
I want
that's all.
Tomas.
How about neither?
Personally.
But,
I know I'm crazy, but I want Tomas.
For me, Tomas takes minutes away from Aaron Kovar.
I want Olex.
I want Kovar.
Kovar's younger
I want
and
Kovar.
local and cheaper. Which
And he
one
was
do I
awesome.
want there?
Kovar. No question.
So Beth said that
She wants to
Tomar because of the Neymar connection.
Neymar doesn't follow a lot of people, but does follow Tomas.
I know.
On Twitter.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're
And
Brazilian,
if he stays
they're
here,
the same age. They hang out.
They know this. Oh, wow.
okay. All right. Well. Okay. All right. Lisa asked earlier, which we kind of answered. I don't know if you heard us or not, but about. So, are you okay with that? Okay.
Wait, which Lisa?
Motherfucking Lisa.
Mofo Lisa.
She asked about the Damian Lowe first team, but we kind of answered that. So okay. I was just going back over my questions. All right. Does anybody else have any other questions or comments that they want to ask us? With Dave here, we can go for hours, especially once we fix our audio issues. This probably is your last visit of the year, unless we do, because we only have 2 for sure, maybe 3 episodes left of the year. We normally take off
Crash 'em.
the Monday before Christmas and the
When
Monday
your ki-
between Christmas
Because
and
you
New
want to
Year's.
spend time with your kids?
Yeah, maybe.
Look at you and your priorities.
Yeah, I know.
I will
play
be
more PlayStation.
around several times. People who've been here know that I've been hanging out in the studio
Yeah.
audience
Yeah, which we
a lot
appreciate
lately.
that. Yeah.
Love the studio audience.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I'll probably hook up with the supporter
God,
stories
you're
people
right.
Yes.
during
Oh my God.
pre-game at one point because I know they're coming down for another
Yep.
show.
I want to come back to them in a minute. Yep.
So that's supporters story
.com.
on Twitter.
On Twitter. Supporters, plural.
Story.
Singular. On Twitter.
Yeah.
And it's supporterstories.com.
Yep. Just watch the retweets
So-
from the SonarFeed account.
Yeah, and so I'll probably be down for at least
All right,
one of those.
Beth, so can you so Beth, hold on. This is the problem, right? This is the problem with the show is that we had planned on taking off the 21st and 28th. You and I talked about doing the show on the 21st because that's not really the holiday season yet.
Yep.
And taking the 28th off. So maybe what we do instead of taking the 21st and 28th, maybe we take the 28th and the 4th, or 28th and the 4th,
Only the 28th.
or only the 28th.
I'm ready. I mean, I can look.
But the
I can be
28th
here every.
You got
Monday.
big time Patreon sponsors now. You need to have a show.
know.
I'm
Okay.
ready, dude. I'm ready.
All right.
I'll be here.
All right. So the
But
20.
I don't, I don't have family.
Are you
or
off
kids
on the
and stuff, so it's
21st,
easier.
Beth? I'm asking you because you're one of the many. But people want to come down and have a good time, and it is all ages, so you can come down here and
Yep.
hang out with us. So if the 21st works, we will do
Bring
a
your
show.
friends.
We have 2 special guests coming up. I want to
Oh
talk
yeah,
about.
or your sister Sarah.
Or Sarah's cool too, but we have 2 special guests coming up.
Yes.
2 females. We've had one only female show, which was Heather, the capo for
That was an amazing
ECS,
show, dude. I
which
loved
was
it.
one of our better. She's another. I'd like to have her back on because she was fantastic.
Oh, you know who I want to have? I just thought of this. Oh my God, I can't. Oh my God.
I was telling the story.
She works for the Rain now.
Oh,
Jenny Blakely?
Jenny.
Yes, we should have Jenny on.
Yeah, because Jenny was there in trivia days, way back when.
Jenny joined a trivia night.
Way back. No,
Not
way
with
back
me.
when. At Irish Terrible Beauty, she was there.
Oh, they did. Yeah, she came
Jenny
to one.
did.
Yeah.
way back
The
when.
same Jenny that's with the
Yes,
Rain?
Yeah. Back in the old, like before anything we did anything.
Plus, I could hang out with my topo,
Oh my God, yes.
Tim.
Tim Blakely.
Oh, dude,
I love
Tim.
Tim.
Do you guys see the photo?
Tim's
of
my
the video
topo.
that I
Tim's
put out
great.
of,
I love Tim.
Pinky's out with the wine
Yes.
at
Yakan.
Con.
I'm gonna spill this.
But we have 2 guests coming up. I want to talk about it.
2 guests to prioritize.
One of them is Kelly of Kelly.gov,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm excited about.
From
Because
the
she has her
other
own podcast. She has her own podcast.
Mhm.
The Emergency Karate.
Karate Emergency.
Karate Emergency, whatever.
You can follow at seattlesportsnet.com.
Yep. That's with Slick Hawk and Kelly
And Alex.
And Ryan Divish, the human,
Ryan Divish,
the
that's right.
human
Yep.
fire plug, spark plug.
And then Stephanie Steiner, who is the Alliance Council president.
La jefa
currently.
de jefas.
And Sarah, too.
And then, yes.
Wait.
And then we have to have our Patreon, which we have
Yeah.
Sarah,
Constellation Company.
Constellation Company. And then we also have James,
We should have like
a.k.a. the guy who's quitting Twitter tomorrow.
James Willard.
James Willard.
Why tomorrow? Why's tomorrow the day?
You know what's been impressive is that he's managed to fake that British accent for so many years.
The best fake British accent ever.
Yeah, somebody. Oh, I think they actually used the word contrived. His contrived British accent.
It's hilarious.
Somebody said that in comments, and James responded, "I'm British."
Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right, so we're doing a show on the 21st. We'll figure out what guests we're having, but we're going to do a show on the 21st. Adam would like to know, is Neil deGrasse Tyson the smartest man on Twitter?
Oh, see,
I
this
saw the
gets
video.
into an interesting topic,
The Falcon.
because I don't really think it's fair to compare the Enterprise to the Millennium Falcon. They're
yeah,
different
it was
classes
intense.
of vessels.
Completely. It's not.
If you're going to compare the Enterprise to a Star Wars vessel on the Alliance side, you need to get me something like a Man Calamari cruiser.
It's like the burger discussion that we've seen on Twitter before.
In-N-Out versus Dick's?
Dick's versus In-N-Out. You
No,
can't
there's no
compare
question.
them.
There's no question.
But you can't compare. It's a
Yeah,
whole different.
Dick's is a bag
it's
of
a
dicks.
price. It's a price.
And In-N-Out
point
is
difference.
amazing.
No, stop. But you know what I'm saying. I agree completely with what you just said. You can't compare those. Okay,
I agree.
I'm
You
done.
can't compare
I'm
them.
done.
In-N-Out's way better than Dick's.
Yeah, the comparison is silly. They're dramatically different classes of vessel. The Enterprise has hundreds of people on it. The Millennium Falcon can operate with 2. Yeah, you know what? My rowboat operates with 2, and you know what? Yeah, it's not nearly as good as a battleship.
The discussion is getting heated now. Let's go.
So Neil Tyson deGrasse needs to reevaluate and compare the same class of vessel.
He's still the smartest man on Twitter.
Bill Nye's on Twitter. Ben Stein's on Twitter.
Do you follow Richard Dawkins?
You are on Twitter.
No.
Okay.
I was gonna say it. Never mind.
Okay. All right. Okay.
The Real Neo 206. Follow this kid on YouTube. His videos are hilarious.
Queen of Cascadia wants to know, are you my friend? So I'm going to follow that up with, are you Queen of Cascadia's friend? Followed up with, how many of SSFC Victory Laps Twitter handles do you follow?
Today I followed all of them.
All 7 of them?
No, she had 8 as of today.
Oh, 8. Okay, right.
She launched a
Yeah,
new one.
Yeah. Okay.
But yes, I followed all of them, and Beth and I are great friends. We hung out together for about an hour and a half on Saturday.
Nice. Nice.
That'll get confirmed in 30 seconds.
Okay. All right. So hold on, I got another question on text from Lisa, MFL. Okay. Question here. If you had to view Hugo as a junior high
Yeah, I saw it.
student,
As a what?
a junior high student, let's just pretend he was a junior high student. What do you think his feelings on soccer would be, Dave?
Oh, Hugo hated. No, I stand corrected. Hugo thought soccer was only Chivas de Guadalajara and El Tri, so he
Okay.
accepted
Okay.
a poor form of it.
Part 2 of this question is,
actually
what do you
the
think he thought about the Seahawks during that, or the American football during that time?
The show's over. Great show, guys. Watch us next week. Let's go.
Did you spend much time in Monterey?
No.
Because Monterey has a huge American
Yes.
football community.
Yes. And so just to throw it out there, thanks for throwing me under the bus, Lisa. When I was in middle school, I was a very successful, avid AAU basketball player. I actually went to a tournament in Alaska and Vegas. I was a power forward center and did very well in local, small side tournaments. Actually, I was not that great. No, I was good. I actually played,
It's
in
okay.
high school. Anyhow, basketball was my first sport that I excelled in, so I love basketball. So me and my friend who I was dating back then in middle school, she loved the Seahawks.
Which
and
we need
I
to have her
loved
back out because I want to have
the
more
Sonics,
stories.
and I used to make fun of her like the basketball's better, and now she's calling me out. Yeah. Thanks, Lisa.
All right.
Thanks.
Next,
Bring the Sonics
my
back.
question.
Yeah.
You're a basketball fan.
Yeah.
Do you like basketball? Are you a basketball person?
Sonics, come on, man. We worked with the radio station when the Sonics were in their prime.
No.
You didn't?
What's worse? What's worse?
I was there. Gary Payton was traded while I worked at the radio station, so I missed the prime.
Oh, you did miss the prime.
What's worse?
I saw Vin Baker.
The Landon Donovan retirement, the Derek Jeter retirement circuit, or this 6-month
Kobe Bryant?
nightmare of Kobe Bryant nonsense that we got to hear?
You better be quiet.
I'll tell you which one's worse.
No, I'm next.
It's pretty. Go next.
All right, Kobe Bryant.
Is a piece
No,
of
he's not. He's an outstanding basketball player on the court. What he has done to basketball on the court should be remembered. He's a hell of a player.
Yeah.
81 points in the game.
That
That's
one
all I gotta
game.
say.
That one game. That mic's expensive. Be careful.
I'm picking that mic back up to remind you that 81 points in the game isn't all that special. It's not Wilt.
I know it's not Will, but we're never going to see anything like that ever again. 81 points.
I think Steph Curry can put up 81
No way.
tomorrow night.
I agree.
No
Yeah,
way.
I agree.
I don't think
If
so.
they fed him the ball
Like
as
it-
much as
yes.
Kobe got fed in that game.
Yep.
Now, what Kobe did that was almost unique, except it wasn't because Gary did it better and Michael Jordan did it better, was Kobe could also defend while scoring. And he matched what Gary and Michael did in his number of times as first-team all-defense. Now, he was a better scorer than Gary Payton, but he was
Yes.
a worse assister than Gary.
And he took way more shots.
But what he wasn't as good at in Michael was rebounding, assisting, blocking. You know, pretty much being as good a player as Michael Jordan. Kobe wasn't that. Kobe wasn't Michael Jordan. Kobe wasn't Magic Johnson. Kobe wasn't Wilt Chamberlain. Kobe wasn't Bill Russell.
Kobe was Kobe.
Yeah, Kobe was Kobe.
For our generation, he
Kobe's
was a
not-
hell of a player.
So let's review for a little bit because the question was about Landon, Kobe,
Jeter.
or Jeter.
Which
so we've
is
already
more
established
annoying.
that Kobe isn't a top 5 player of all time.
He's a top 10 player, maybe.
Maybe. Landon Donovan was without a doubt the best player to make his career in Major League Soccer. That can't
no
be argued.
comment.
Oh, there.
No,
I
we
thought-
got a few
Okay.
minutes.
Yeah,
So then we get to Jeter
LD.
versus Kobe.
I don't like LD.
Kobe's a top 10 player of all time and the second best shooting guard of all time. Because he's not Michael.
Yeah.
Yep, he's not. No, he's not.
No.
You know what?
He never will be.
Jeter. Yeah, there.
Yeah,
Jeter.
Jeter.
Jeter's not a
Jeter.
top 100 player of all time. Jeter isn't a top 5 shortstop, so Jeter's the more annoying. And I still hate Kobe. I hate Kobe the person.
Haters gonna hate.
Hatter's gonna hat.
Let's go.
Anyways, okay. I don't want to hear another story about Kobe ever again, and I'm gonna finally
No,
buy
no,
Tweetbot
I'm gonna tweet
just
you
so I
every-
can.
every show from
I'm
now
buying
on.
Tweetbot so I can freaking do the muting thing.
No,
'cause
I'm gonna
fucking
tweet
hate
you. I'm
Kobe.
gonna text you.
I'm tired of it.
I'm gonna Slack you, text
Oh
you
my
every
God.
day. I'm gonna send you memes.
I'm blocking
gifs,
you, I'm blocking you.
whatever,
We're
dude.
done.
When we play at Battlefront, I'm gonna be like, Kobe, Kobe, Kobe.
All right. Does anybody else have any last questions? We'll wrap up here because otherwise we can go on
They've
for
got
hours
a
about
kick-ass
nonsense.
version of karaoke. I just realized that they have the Real Big Fish cover of Take On Me.
Yes.
Boom.
And that's what's going in the background right now.
Real big fish. I love.
You guys just gonna come down, hang
This
out.
is from the soundtrack
Of-
to Basketball,
Yeah, basketball. Yes,
Oh
exactly.
my God,
yes.
that was a
the
great-
best sports
All
movie
right,
of all time.
So we
Yes.
asked Adam last week a new question in the SonarFeed.
There's a new
genre.
one on the route. The new, like.
So we already asked
I
about
had the
tacos
routine
and-
because I've done that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a first timers thing.
Favorite musical.
Favorite musical?
Favorite musical.
Great one.
Because you have to be in that genre, right? You have
Okay.
to.
Okay, I'm gonna take a couple different answers to this. Musical I was almost in, Grease.
Oh.
The reason I wasn't picked up was because we don't have enough time to train you how to dance.
But you could sing okay.
The singing was okay, the acting was better, and then the dancing was incompetent, so they asked me if I want to do lights. Best musical I've seen live is a little thing called Light in the Piazza. It was on Broadway when I went to New York City the last time.
Wow.
And it was really intriguing because it was about an American in Italy, and so half of it was in Italian, which I barely comprehended because I had been to Italy somewhat recently.
Yeah.
And half of it's in English, and the English, it's like a 50s, 60s kind of English dude, white collar, turned up sleeve, kind of James Deany dude, meeting an Italian woman, an Italian youngster, and the interaction between the two families as these cultures learn each other. And I loved it. I saw it live.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
So,
That's a good. All
and,
right.
and a third one that I saw live here locally was not last Halloween, but before that, the Renton Civic Theater did, for October only, they did a live version of Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Nice.
Cool.
Which is actually what
Yeah.
Jesse just said, Rocky Horror Picture Show. One of the guys in the audience who happens to owe me money,
Let's go. Throwing it out.
that guy over there, wants to know, why haven't we talked about Alexi Lawless tonight?
Oh, my
What about
God.
Alexi?
And I want to ask a follow. No,
That's the only thing I caught while I
biggest
was
troll.
at the Seahawks game.
The biggest, and again, you don't
That's
have
the
to. You
only
don't
thing I
have to
caught.
answer. Do you want another drink, or are you done?
Send
Okay,
it.
good.
Send it. No mas.
Biggest, and you don't have to answer if you want to, but biggest troll in the national media.
Soccer media.
What?
Soccer
For soccer
media.
Soccer media.
How are we doing? I'm going to get into definition and terms here. What do you mean by troll? Here's my definition.
People who
Picking
of
on
troll-
someone to elicit
people-
a reaction.
My definition. Yeah, yes. My definition is the guy or girl who decides to poke Seattle as the most sensitive Twitter / online social media group, in my opinion. And I'm guilty of it as well. And we react immediately to them, and they know that. Like Alexi Lawless yesterday tweeted, "Hey Seattle, how you doing?" After the Portland loss.
And Alexi,
I liked it. I thought it was funny.
Alexi
I
was
laughed.
poking the bear. He does that, but he
I
also
laughed.
does a lot of things that aren't trolly that people think are.
Trolly.
Yeah.
Because they're his authentic opinions. Some of his opinions about the Sounders are harsh, but they're
Yeah.
authentically held.
I agree.
And for me, if you authentically hold an opinion, you aren't a troll.
No.
You're just wrong.
That's great. That's a great way to put it.
Just because somebody's wrong doesn't mean they're a troll.
No.
Now, somebody who pokes at the Sounders a lot, and I don't think they authentically hold the position.
A TT? A Taylor?
No.
Oh, okay.
I love both of them.
All right, so do I. I do
Um,
too. I agree.
I think Simon Borg
Yeah.
will, in his instant replay stuff, do stuff specifically because he knows it'll get Seattle attention
Yeah.
and not because he cares. And I think Ives, Soccer by Ives, I can't say his last name,
Yeah, I
Ives,
can,
but
yeah.
I think he does it too, where he
Yeah.
knows he'll get a bump by poking us,
Yep.
and it doesn't necessarily have to do with his opinions.
Okay.
I mean, whatever. It's right for them. It works for them. I don't care.
Do we know, T. Peter wants to know, do we know who the voice of the Sounders is going to be?
Gonzalo
Nope.
Pineda.
He won't be. No. He's. All right. It won't be Gonzalo Pineda because at most he's a color guy, not a play-by-play guy.
Yeah.
They didn't fire Casey Keller, so he's not getting replaced.
No.
I love Gonzalo Pineda. Just throwing it out there.
Yep. So karaoke's going on. We gave him the thumbs up to go ahead and go on.
Yep.
We can go on for hours.
Oh,
but
no question.
Come back and join us again.
Please.
Maybe we'll have a
Crash.
maybe that 21st will be a an open house community show. We'll talk more about it, but come down. Thank you all.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for
Anybody else
watching.
see every Vietnam movie going on right now?
Yeah, exactly. Best Vietnam movie era. Best Vietnam era movie.
I'm torn. I'm going to go two directions. For my dark Vietnam movie, I'm going to go Apocalypse Now. Dark themes, dark nature, but I still love it.
Yeah.
And for kind of the lighthearted version, I know a lot of people are going to go for Robin Williams and Good Morning Vietnam.
Yeah.
But for me, the lighthearted, and maybe I can't include it because it's not just Vietnam.
I'm going to go.
I still love Gump.
I was going to just say that.
Okay.
I was just going to say that. It counts. It so counts.
Full Metal Jacket.
That's going to be on the dark and gritty side. and it's still not Apocalypse Now.
I think it's.
Born on
You
the
want
4th
the
of July?
grittiest
Born
version?
on the 4th of July?
Platoon.
Born on the 4th of July?
Platoon, yeah.
What about Born on the 4th?
Yeah, that's good, but it's not. That's more middle
In the
tier.
okay.
But Full Metal Jacket. All right.
Oh, go watch Creed, man. That was a good movie.
Which one?
Creed, the Rocky movie, Creed. Watch it.
Yeah.
It was good, man.
All right, boys and girls. Thank you all for watching. As always, one more question, because it brings up my comment. So for me, Full Metal Jacket is by far the best one. Apocalypse Now, I mean, by far.
Yeah, but you can watch 5 minutes of Full Metal Jacket and you know the story already.
Yeah, okay, all right. But that's favorite director. Do you have a favorite director of all time?
Favorite director of all time?
Favorite director.
You go answer.
Steven Spielberg.
I gotta look this up. I mean, yeah, you can go like Spielberg.
Yeah.
You can go Lucas.
Nope. They're both great, but favorite, and then we're gonna leave. This is the last question.
I mean,
I'm looking up, but I need to look up two
Stanley
things.
Kubrick.
Yeah,
he's definitely up there, man. But he didn't I don't know how to explain it, man.
If you
He's not
watch
you
Clockwork
didn't.
Orange,
I have, but he's not multi-generational.
Space Odyssey.
He's not multi-generational. If you were born after '85,
Eyes Wide Shut.
I get it, but if you're not gonna see most of his great, you're not gonna, people are gonna be like, "Ooh."
Now we're playing
Look,
President of the United States over here. All right, Dave's looking up his question. Then we're gonna end the show.
I'm
They're
sorry, I have to look this up.
riveting.
It's
Riveting.
bad. I was hoping they'd stall.
Well, I can stall more. Yeah. Sure.
Why
Talking
can't I
about
find
sexy
it?
time.
Yeah. But there are so many. But all right. So while
okay.
you're doing that, I want to say thank you all for who did the patreon.com/SonarFeed.
Yeah.
We're up to 6 donors. We have 6 donors who are Todd Nemish, Robert Goodsell, James Woolard, Sarah McNally, Mary Annie, just for
Like
you.
Indiana.
Mariana. That's what I said.
Like
Mary
Indiana.
Annie. And Kyle Shields. Six donors
Pizza.
in 2 weeks. Thank you all very much for doing that. We're going to use that to improve our quality,
Audio.
which we obviously had problems with tonight. But thank you all for that. We'll be back next Monday night with
No
either
question.
Kelly or Stephanie. We're working out the details of that right now.
Or both.
Probably not same night. Dave, did you figure it out?
Ridley Scott.
Ridley Scott.
Oh, nice
Okay,
call.
great director.
Gladiator.
All right. Come back and join us again soon.
Every
I know
week.
you will, but thank
Every
you.
week.
You
I
bring
might do a sideshow one night, just for the audience, not for you guys. You guys only do your show, and I'll just do a Q&A off to the side.
Nobody cares about us.
Really, you know.
But thank you.
I've written a fiction story during your show one week.
You did?
Yeah,
Got work done.
yeah. One of the short stories I put up on my.
Oh, you wrote the night you were here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I thought you meant you wrote a story about us.
No.
All right. Well, thank you all for watching. We'll see you guys next week. Until then, have a great week. Love you guys.
Yeah. Love
It's
you guys.
SonarFeed out with
Yeah.
Alexi Lawless.
Go.
Hey, this is Alexi Lawless, and although I have no soul, I know about heart. And heart means you listen to soul.